Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the WeBank ORV onboarding webinar for newly certified WBEs. My name is Catherine Macon. I am the Marketing and Communications Manager here at WeBank ORV, and today we have a special guest, Ms. Gabrielle Chrisman. She's the founder and CEO of Hunter International Recruiting, and she also is the founder and CEO of STEM Hunter. So she's doing amazing things based out in Cleveland. She's very involved with WeBank on the national level, but also with WeBank ORV in our region. She is a forum rep member. She has been a WBE star. She's just been very involved, and we're happy to have her today. Before we get started, we just like to know a little bit about you, learn about your business, learn where you are. So if you can either come off mute and talk with us, or you could put it in the chat and let us know your business, industry, and where you're located.
I am monitoring the chat, Catherine, and there's nothing in the chat yet, but I can see we have
Okay.
Shelly. So hi, Shelly, welcome, and congrats on your recent certification.
Okay, so I'm the only one.
I know we have more people signed up, but they're either running behind or maybe they had scheduling conflicts. But you will be VIP today, so welcome,
All
Shelly.
righty, I feel so special.
Yes.
So, as you can see, my name is Shelly Jackson Ingram. I am new to being certified. I think it's about time for me to be new. So, I
Okay.
want to start utilizing it. I had just purchased a building, another child care. Oh, I operate a child care center.
Awesome.
And been in business for doing childcare for over a little bit over 30 years now. Um, First time owning my own building, my own property. I always been leasing. I'm still leasing, just extending, just in case you decide to. I just think it's good to have your own, just in case. So, and I just want to learn what is available that I can utilize as far as that. I'm good as far as credit. My all of that is good where it has to be for me to purchase what I just did. The thing that I would just want to learn is that what's all available and what all comes with being certified. And I'm also cross certified with the state of Ohio.
Oh, awesome. We'll definitely be addressing that today. Also, I may have missed it, but where did you say you were located? I know you said you're in the state of Ohio.
So I am located in Moraine, Ohio, the
Okay.
Dayton, around the Dayton area.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm in Cincinnati,
Oh,
and
okay. You just south.
right, not too far. And
Right.
Gabrielle is in the Cleveland area.
Okay. She's north. So
Yep,
I'm
Yeah.
right there in between.
you are smack dab in the middle. Well, awesome. And again, thank you for joining us today. And we will definitely hit on those points that you would like to get clarification on. So how we're going to operate today, since it's just VIP, it's just you with us, Shelly. We normally have a presentation that we run through and give you an overview, a more in-depth overview of the organization on the national and regional level and the opportunities available to you within both. And then you'll hear from Gabrielle on her experience and any advice that she would like to share with you on how to navigate your WeBank certification. We will keep it conversational, so feel free to stop me at any moment. If I'm going too fast or if you have a question, you can just feel free to butt in at any moment. It's not a problem. You can drop it in the chat or come off mute if whatever you feel comfortable with. So I'm going to share my screen and we will get started with our presentation. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So as I stated earlier, we're going to be doing an overview on WeBank on the national level as well as WeBank ORV on the regional level. And with that, we're going to take a look at CORE, which is an acronym for Certification, Opportunities, Resources, and Engagement. And that's really like the steps that you take to being a part of the WeBank network as a whole. Number one, you have to get certified. Number two, there are opportunities available to you if you would like to take advantage of them on the national and regional level. Number three, again, resources that you can take advantage of. And number four, which is huge, huge, engagement. So the mission of WeBank is to fuel economic growth globally through access to opportunities by identifying, certifying, and facilitating development of women-owned businesses. And we can take a look at the numbers. There are over 18,000 WeBank certified WBEs within the network, and there's over 400 corporate members nationally as well. There are 14 regional partner organizations. You'll hear us refer to those as RPOs, but that's what it stands for. And WeBank ORV, we are one of 14 RPOs. And then there's one national partner organization, which is like the umbrella, which is WeBank. This is just showing you a map of the different regional partner organizations that are available across the country. There's Pacific, West, we've got in the South, we've got Florida. Here we are, WeBank ORV, all over. And once you get certified, the really cool thing about our certification is you'll get your certification through a region, but you're not tied down to that region. If you want to do work with someone in California, you can. Same thing with our corporate members. You're not tied down to just those in your region. You are welcome, and we do encourage it that you work with WBEs and corporate members across the country. If it's going to be a better fit for your business, by all means, please take advantage. And this is just more information on the different RPOs. They all have great events. So if you would like to look at some of their events that they have, join some of their events. A lot of the RPOs provide virtual opportunities. So that's a great way to get engaged with the different regions without having to travel. And some of them are not that far. So Great Lakes will be in Michigan, and Michigan's not super far from Cincinnati or Ohio, sorry. And then there's some in Indiana, again, not that far. So we can definitely collaborate and encourage you to do the same with the other RPOs. About our brand, are you familiar with WeBank Link 2.0, Shelly? Have you been set up in there?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, perfect. So that's where you go to put in your application, but past your application, you can go in there and get some different resources like seeing the different corporates that are within our network. You can look them up in WeBank Link 2.0. You can see the different WBEs within our network as well, but you also have access to our logos and our seals, and we highly encourage you to use them in your marketing efforts, especially in your capability statements. If you're going for different bids, organizations, they like to see that. It just helps set you apart. We have two. So this is our seal, and this is our logo. This women-owned logo, you'll see that more so on retail items. So if you go to Target or Walmart, Meijer, wherever, you might see it on the back of some products, and it's pretty cool. Sometimes I go in the store and I'm like, oh, look, that's women-owned, that's us. So it's cool to see. And it helps set you apart. And there are also WeBank brand guidelines as well, and they give you an overview on how to best utilize the seal and the logo so that you are within the WeBank guidelines. Again, this is just another overview of what I stated before, our seal and our logo. So about our brand, so this is very important when you are going for those capability statements to submit for bids with our corporates and government entities. Make sure that you're using the correct language when referring to your certification. There's a right and a wrong way to write it and to showcase it. And you always want to make sure that you're just putting yourself and your business in the best light, and also the WeBank certification. So here's some of the do's and then here's the don'ts. And all of this is outlined in the brand guidelines, which are in WeBank Link 2.0 as well. Certification. So you've already done that. Congratulations, and congratulations on your business for being in business for so long. That is a huge accomplishment. But as I stated earlier, WeBank Link 2.0, that's where you will do your application and can go in to our database of corporates and WBEs and government entities and find the branding that is in WeBank Link. And then the certification that you already have. Also, we have a women-owned small business certification that you can get through us as well. This is, women that work with the government, businesses that work with the government tend to get this certification, and it is free of charge only if you add it to your WeBank certification. And you can do that when you are getting certified for the first time, or if you didn't realize that going through the certification process, when you recertify, you can add it on to your application free of charge. You can also get the certification through the SBA, but that is a different process and we don't oversee that process. And I do believe there is a cost to that. It is just your preference. Some people might figure out that they need the certification sooner than when it's time to recertify. And then for that reason, they go through a different platform. So it's just up to you and your business needs.
I tried that when I was going through my certification process,
Yeah.
and I was having the hardest time of getting that done. I mean, that SAMS. It
Really?
kept asking for the SAMS.
Yep.
I thought the SAMS was that, is that the same as the old guns that they replaced that with the guns?
No, so we had the same challenges when we did that certification, so I know, and it did take us quite some time. So the DUNS registration is separate from the SAM. The SAM is an identifier that the federal government uses. And so
Okay.
we had to reach out, and my accounting team did that. They reached out to sam.gov and asked them for instructions to walk them through. It's very complicated because they call it a cage code. First, you have to get a cage code, and then you get your SAM ID. And you have to put that in to get your WOSB registration when you go through for WeBank to recertify. So I don't know when you come up for renewal or recertification, but it is one of those things, like Catherine said, we started with just the WeBank cert. And then I think it was like 3 years ago. We've been certified since 2008, but 3 years ago, we went ahead and did the WOSB certification as well.
Yeah, because they kept asking me for the same information, and I'm steady. Then it said my case was closed, and I reached out to other entities that could help me, and it was very challenging. So as of now, I do not have it. So I guess this is the best time to work on it to see if I can go through that process.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned you have your certification through the state of Ohio, which I know that's a lengthy process too. So that's amazing. I think that WOSB is valuable if you want to do business federally and have that, identifier to do federal bids.
Yeah, that's something that I'm looking to do. I just purchased a home that I'm about to furnish and kind of get them right around Air Force Base, and I want to do it as a short-term rental for them, as far as kind of like a Airbnb, but just more resident rentals for executives that might be coming in that's going to be there for 6 months, or temporary militaries that's going to be there for a short period of time and don't want to have to go and purchase a home or rent a home or something like that. And it's already furnished.
Right.
That's a great idea. And thank you for providing that insight. Uh, that was helpful. We
Yeah,
have
then they could walk out the house and right to the child care. They ain't even got to skip a beat.
that's right.
It's on the same lot.
Yes,
Right.
that's smart. We have a newcomer. Welcome, Dwight Montgomery. Welcome.
Hi, yes. Hi, everyone. I'm sorry to have joined late. I didn't want to be disruptive, but thank you so much for the warm welcome. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. So we want to make this as conversational as possible. So we're just happy that you're here and congratulations on your certification. If you want to give well, I'll start with an introduction for me. I'm Catherine. I am the marketing and communications manager here at Webeck ORV. And we have Gabrielle Chrisman. She is a certified WBE and she's been certified since 2008, she said, which is amazing. And she's the founder and CEO of Hunter International Recruiting and STEM Hunter in the Cleveland area. She's very involved on the national and the regional level. She's a forum rep member. She's been a star representing our RPO. So she's a wealth of information. And we're both here to welcome you and provide you with some more information on how to get involved and engaged.
That sounds awesome. Just a little bit about me. I'm months old. Forgive me, I'm so new with being certified that I don't even have the language right yet. But but I am honored to be here and so pleased to be able to learn from you. And I thank you for sharing your time with all of us here today. My name is Dwight. I'm the founder of Kids Reality Books and Children's Programming. And what we do is we give voice to kids. I have an imprint. And so we bring in all of those child authors because we believe that they have things to say. In partnership with Barnes and Noble, we created the self-help category for kids. It did not exist before we wrote our first book. When I say we, I'm referring to my son, who was then 8, now about to be 18. But we wrote our first book, Not Invited. Traveled the country a lot. We've won awards, but the biggest thing is the information and the learnings that we've gotten from the kids on the things that they need in terms of inclusion, exclusion, tools to help them to combat bullying, tools to help them to just make sure that mentally they're prepared to go into the school system because it's a lot different than we might imagine, you know. Just for me, I can tell you that with Kellen walking in to do a reading once, one of the very first things we heard at an elementary school was a little kid say, "Kill yourself," to another student. So we
Wow.
this was an epidemic, and this was in suburbia. You wouldn't imagine it. It was out. It was, when I say suburbia, I'm talking about where the average household income is $200,000 plus. You wouldn't imagine that type of language to be pervasive, but it is. And so one of the things that we're looking to do is combat that. So we do that through read-ins. We do that by going and actually doing self-help and literacy workshops. Now, beyond books, because there were a lot of rich learnings that we received, we've expanded into children's animation and programming. And what we're doing is we're demystifying healthcare for kids with a property that's called the Boo Boo Clinic. I'm working with an industry heavyweight. Her name is Monica Violet Joy. If you recognize Coco Melon, if you recognize SpongeBob, Blue's Clues, those are her properties. And so we've been working very hard together on the Boo Boo Clinic. And I'm excited by the interest that the Greater Cincinnati Fund, some of the interest by all of the companies that were at the conference in Denver. It was absolutely amazing just being able to touch them so quickly and so easily, and for them to have the right mindset to be receptive. So with that being said, I'm super excited. I'm excited to be here. Please teach me the things that I don't learn. If I mess up on the language, just smack my hand and no, that is not intentional. I'm still just in the learning phase.
Well, that is wonderful. And congratulations on your business and your success. That is much needed work, as you were saying. So that is amazing. Thank you for joining us. And Shelly also works with children. So there's a connection there. There's a theme on this call. So
That's
that's
Yeah,
what
wonderful.
that's what I
happened to
was
me,
gonna
babe.
say, that I'm also new to WeBanks and still learning the language as well. And I was just listening to what you were saying. I'm not surprised because I'm in the early childhood part, so I'm setting the foundation.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
a lot of people think that things only, and it's getting off the subject a little bit, but a lot of people think that things only happen in disadvantaged areas.
Yes.
They outlook, they like, well, they got to reach the non-disadvantaged areas. They had the resources and things like that. They might have the income, but they lack of resources as well. And I think that that's a area that's not tapped because they just think disadvantaged, low income don't have that. But if you think about it, most success stories come from the disadvantaged areas. So yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
So, Michelle, just so you know, and I don't want to hijack the conversation, my heart is for all kids, regardless of income. And just so you know, I came into Boo Boo Clinic through work that I did with a Head Start. It was called PD Head Start in Florence, South Carolina. I helped them to write their grant. And it was in writing that grant that I got to see the real need and understanding that this is a global issue. So thank you very much for what you said. I agree wholeheartedly with everything that you're saying. This doesn't know a dollar. It doesn't know a socioeconomic level. It really doesn't. So thank you so much. And I would love to speak with you and get to know you after this event.
That's wonderful. You all are, as you said, you're new to Webeck ORV, but you are fitting right in. This is what we're about. We support and we encourage our WBEs to connect with one another, do business with one another, build with one another, as much as we champion you all working with our corporate and government entities. So I love to hear this. That's wonderful.
Now,
Thank
one
you.
thing you didn't say is where are you located in?
I'm located in Westchester, Ohio, which is a suburb of Cincinnati, but I'll tell
Oh.
everybody I'm a Mississippi girl. So if you hear that come out,
So I am here in Dayton, West Carrollton, actually. So I am close.
let's meet.
Yes.
Let's meet. I'll put my information. Should I put my information in the chat or how do we connect I'm not sure. This is my first time attending one of these meetings. I don't know if there are other people on here, if I'm hijacking anything.
No,
But
you can put it in the
that's
chat.
my
Yeah, you can put it in the chat. And I think that,
Okay.
Catherine is so right. This is like what WeBank is all about. WeBank ORV really is like, I always call it the family reunion when we meet for a regional conference, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But that's exactly what it is. Like, we just have such an incredible network and so many engaged corporate partners and business owners just like yourself. So, this is amazing to have you both joining us, and just instantly the connection between the businesses it doesn't surprise me. Things like this happen in WeBank all the time. And when I first joined WeBank, I didn't know a soul. I didn't know anyone. And I just sat down at a table. And actually, Catherine, I was sitting at a table with your mom. And I spoke with her, and then there was a pitch competition. I got thrown in this pitch competition, and that's what it's all about. It's like just making those connections where you go from not knowing anyone to walking into a room of like 400, and in a few years you're gonna know all the people because it's such an amazing group. So I feel like I kind of found my space shuttle when I met all these other women business owners. Like, okay, these are my people. Like, they get it. They get what it's like, the struggle. They get why we're always selling. Like, this is my group. So
We found our tribe, right?
yeah. And we
Awesome.
face the same challenges, even though we're in very different industries. And so that's really nice to have that guidance and that counterbalance as well.
It's wonderful. And Twyla, you said you're originally from Mississippi?
I am from the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Awesome. I'm not from there, but my family is from Mississippi. That's how we got our last name, Macon, Mississippi. So
Oh,
yeah. My grandfather's from there. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it. I love that connection there too.
Yeah. So that is
It's
pretty
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. And for anybody else on here, before starting my own company, yes, I celebrate every time I say I started my own company. Y'all forgive me that. I did work for other companies and lived in other places. So Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I graduated from Southern University there, which is an HBCU. My husband was recruited and hired by Procter and Gamble, so a whole lot of moves. But me personally, I worked for Johnson and Johnson. I worked for Disney. I worked for ABC Broadcasting, Emory Healthcare, and then almost 20 years with P&G. And with that being said, I offer up to anybody any talents, any gifts, any information that I have. Please don't hesitate. Just reach out and tap me, even if it's just a question and you're wondering if I know. Or might be able to help you with it. I'm so open to it. Although I talk about a lot about writing and the animation pieces of it professionally. I've done work in R&D. I've done work in innovation. I've done work in brand communications. So just whatever that I have that can add benefit to this community, I'm happy to contribute.
Awesome. Well, we love that, and we're gonna get to it later, but we have a lot of opportunities for our WBEs to be facilitators, to lead different events and bring some programming to our region. So that could be, if you're interested, an avenue that you could explore as well. Another way
Anything
to get
like that,
engaged.
yeah, I just want to get engaged in my new community with my new tribe and learn as I give.
Yes. Mhm.
Wonderful. Awesome.
Well, I
So
will be reaching out to you.
Please.
this is great. So we were talking about, just a little overview for you, Twi'lette. We were going over just WeBank as a whole. So as you know, it is a large certifier of women-owned business enterprises in the country. I want to say we're the largest third-party certifier in the country, and there are 14 regional partner organizations under the WeBank umbrella, and we'll refer to those regional partner organizations as RPOs. And WeBank ORV, we are one of 14 RPOs. So we had just finished talking about the different branding that you can use in your business. We have a seal and a logo. I know you said you um, books are part of your business, so our women-owned logo could go on the back of your books in the future, which would be great, just to help set you apart and add that different touch to your products. But also, we have our WBE seal that can go on your website, can go on business cards. I've seen them in email signatures, and very popular for people to put them in their capability statements when they're going for different RFPs and different contracts. So now we were moving along to the recertification process. So now that you've been certified, you don't have to go through that long process every year, which is great. You can breathe a little bit. But we do have a recertification process that does happen every year, but it's much smoother. It's much quicker process. Just the biggest thing I would say, biggest piece of advice, don't let your certification lapse if possible. So we always recommend planning ahead, put it on your calendar, start it like 120 days before it's going to expire, because we do need some time to process the recertification. But if you submit it no less than 30 to 60 days before your expiration date comes up, you'll be fine. It won't lapse. So that's my piece of advice. Don't let it lapse. Stay up on your recertifications. And for site visits, you only have to complete those once every 3 years after you've been certified. So that it also takes off a load in the recertification process. So now moving to our region, actually, WeBank ORV. We are now a standalone 501c3. We were first under the Urban League for almost 15 years. We actually just separated from the Urban League the beginning of this year in January and became our own nonprofit. But we still have a great relationship with the Urban League, and we partner with them for certain things. So we do have that connection still, but we are spreading our own wings under WeBank now. So with WeBank ORV, I got a little tongue tied. We have over 1,000 certified WBEs. That number is growing. We're actually closer to 1,100 now, which is great. And we have over 70 corporate members in our region alone. And they all are WBEs and our corporates, they represent over 20 different industries. So lots of opportunities to connect and build with people in our region. And just a little bit more about us. Our mission is that we are leading through an innovative, collaborative, and engaged group of corporates, government, WBEs, and advocates. We are a catalyst for growth and sustainability by adding more corporate partners and WBEs in the Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia region. And our vision is to be the premier resource for women-owned business development. And as I was touching on earlier, with our connection with the Urban League, we were originally on their business development and entrepreneurship team. So we still have a strong connection with them. And with that, we have connections to the Economic Empowerment Center and the Small Business Association. So if you had any questions or you needed some extra resources or wanted to get a business coach, we could easily put you in contact with them on the business development team, and they can help you out free of charge. So that is an added benefit to having that connection. Then we have a lot of opportunities, as I was saying, on the regional and on the national level. There are a ton of signature events. One, as you stated, Twi'lette, Denver, which was the national conference, the WeBank National Conference, happens every year in an amazing city. This year was Denver, last year was Nashville, and next year is going to be New Orleans. So, and I believe it's moving to June next year. So mark that on your calendars. If you're able to attend, that will be a great time. And WeBank ORV, we have Catch the Wave Conference, which I will be getting to later. But with the signature events, there are always meet and greets with other WBEs, with corporates, matchmaker events. Can learn more about We Innovate, WBE to WBE meetings, and then industry match and meets. WeBank also offers several programming to help with that business development because, again, we're here to help your business. And part of helping your business is helping you and investing in yourself so that you can be a better leader and just continue to improve for your teams. So we have executive education, we have networking and engagement, we have pitch opportunities, procurement, and scholarships and grants. And these programs are excellent. We've had several of our WBEs complete the programs and go on to see so much more success in their businesses. And I'll also add some of these programs are not just limited to the owners, they are open to other people within the organization as long as they work for the WBE and it will be an added benefit to the company. They are open to participate. And that includes men because there are some men a part of these companies who are great advocates. So just letting that known, it's open to everyone that works for and that is under the WBE. Different opportunities and programs that WeBank provides. As I touched on, the executive education, that includes several different things. So We Ignite, We Thrive, WeBank Thriving, Women in Technology, WeBank Industry Spotlight, WeBank Lift, WeBank Energy Executive Program. And in the last year, we've had several of our WBEs go through the Energy Executive Program, We Ignite, We Thrive, We Lift, and the Industry Spotlight. So great things going on there. We have a ton of networking and engagement opportunities. They have some wonderful subgroups underneath WeBank, such as Next Gen, which is about uplifting the next generation of business owners, women business owners. We have Women in Pride to support the LGBTQ community and business owners in that community, helping them thrive. We have the Women of Color Committee, again, creating a safe space for women of color business owners to come together, connect, develop programming that will help support them. And then we also have women owned in retail. So for our retailers, again, just a safe space. They face challenges just as anybody else, but they might be a little bit different than challenges from somebody in a different industry. So they can come together, discuss that, and exchange best practices. And then our pitch opportunities. WeBank Pitch, and then the Collegiate Accelerator, which is geared towards our next generation of women business owners. Any questions so far?
How do we get involved in these? Do we just
Absolutely.
state our interest, or what's the process?
Great question. So we have a newsletter that goes out every month. The Normally it's the second Thursday of every month, and we have a ton of opportunities listed in there on the regional level and on the national level. So that will be sent out. Also, WeBank has a newsletter as well. If you're not subscribed to that, I highly recommend getting subscribed to the WeBank newsletter because they're constantly sending out email blasts with their upcoming opportunities. And that's where those opportunities and those programs are coming from, the WeBank team. But also on their website, they have their calendar and they have a really good breakdown of the upcoming programs and initiatives that they're rolling out.
And just to piggyback off that, next week we have our town hall, which is the first time that our region ORV is going to be having a town hall. So that would be a great opportunity, kind of following on the heels of what you learned today, to attend the town hall and really get a feel for all the staff from WeBank ORV who will be involved in that town hall, and then also the group in general, upcoming events, what different groups within WeBank ORV are working on, from the board of directors to the floor members. So that would be a great opportunity that's right around the corner. But I think that the best way to get involved is also to just see what feels right for you at the time that your business is at and what you want to get out of your certification. Because for everyone, that's a little bit different. If you do better in like small situations where there's maybe a group of 20, look for an event that's like that. If you're just ready for something as huge as WeBank Nationals, then go for it. So finding that kind of like right fit to get started and then continuing to build from there.
That's very well said. I couldn't agree more because it can be overwhelming. There are so many opportunities to pick, and it's like, where do I start? So, as she said, just look and see what feels right for you and your business, and then start making those steps. That
Yep.
was
And then,
perfectly said.
oh, sorry, Catherine, not to interrupt, but
Oh
then
no, I was done.
find something, like say something. I really enjoy being part of this. I really liked getting corporate members involved. As a staffing firm, we work with a lot of other companies that weren't certified, that didn't care about my certification. And so bringing them to WeBank ORV and saying, hey, we should certify this person, I really enjoyed that. And I was like, I really enjoy this. I want to get involved further. How do I do that? And that meant becoming part of the corporate engagement committee, which is a steering committee. And so I got to meet more people through that had a similar passion for what I was passionate about. And then I became co-chair of that committee. And so, definitely say something when you find something you want to be involved in or that's right for you, or, hey, I need to meet this person. Does anyone know him? Can you introduce me to someone who knows, someone there? So that's the kind of organization this is. We're all here to help navigate that together. So
Absolutely. And piggybacking off of that, on the regional level, in addition to all the different committees that we have our own signature event, which is Catch the Wave. It's our regional conference, and it's every year in August now. This year it's going to be in Cincinnati at the Hilton Netherland Plaza. So mark that on your calendars, August 26th through the 28th. It's going to be a great time. And it's a more intimate conference. I mean, we have a great turnout of over 300 attendees come, and that includes our WBEs and our corporate and government members. But it is a little bit less daunting because nationals, I mean, they get like what, 5,000 people? It's a ton of people, and that can be overwhelming, especially when you're new. But we highly encourage everybody in our RPO to attend Catch the Wave. It's a great time. It's just a great way to connect, see people in person, learn about the different opportunities WeBank ORV has. We have some wonderful workshops with subject matter experts. Last year, we covered on a ton of things. Burnout was one of the topics. They talked about partnerships, how to approach partnerships with other WBEs and then corporates. Talked about DEI, of course, and they also talked about men being advocates for women in the supplier diversity space. So we had a great time last year, and we're looking forward to another one this year. This will be our 15th Catch the Wave, so it's a milestone. We also have different awards that we give out at Catch the Wave Conference, as well as resource tables that you all can learn from our different resource partners. We have a showcase of our WBEs, so you all could have an opportunity to have a booth and talk about your business. And then we have Meet the Buyer and a matchmaking portion. So it is a jam-packed 2 days, but it's very, very worth it, and it's a great and a positive time. And we also have our
Forgive me
I'm
one
sorry.
second. Has the registration for that opened up, or how do we register for that event?
Yes, it's not open just yet. We have sent out our save the date, but we are working on getting registration out very soon. So look for our social media and some email blasts to come out about registration.
Thank
And
you.
I'll also add for Catch the Wave, there are opportunities for WBEs to speak and be presenters. So look for our call for presenters to go out as well. And you all are more than welcome to submit to be considered if that is something that you're interested in. We also have a business development program. It's called ORB BDP, and it's a comprehensive 7-month business development program designed for women business owners. And it's intense, but it is a great program. Last year we did it with Victoria's Secret in Columbus, and we had some amazing WBEs graduate from that, and they've already talked about the benefits that they receive from going through the program, which is wonderful. We are switching our format though. It used to be an annual program. We are switching to a every other year format. So just look for information to come out probably this fall for next year. But in the past, we have collaborated with P&G, Bath and Body Works, Marathon, and Fifth Third Bank for this program. And it's highly selective, and we do limit the classes to 10, so it can stay an intimate session, because it really is like a sisterhood when you go through this program. You'll come out, you might not know the other people in there well, but when you come out, you all will be best buds. And I'm not exaggerating there. It's a unique bond that they always have. And then other resources, WeBank Link 2.0, as stated before, the Women Owned logo, Act Intentionally, which is a campaign to support corporations that support women businesses, and then Women Who Own It. That is a WeBank podcast. You can visit their social media pages and they'll have more information on the podcast, but you can find it anywhere that you listen to podcasts. So Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of that. And then the WeBank calendar, as I was stating earlier, making sure that you go to WeBank's website, seeing what's on their calendar. We'll push some of the events out as well, but they've got some just niche things that we don't always push out or see in time. So just making sure you're looking at their calendar as well as ours. A lot of great things going on. And then regional resources. If you would like, you can scan this QR code and this will take you to our website. Well, it's a link tree, and on the link tree, we have links to our website, all of our social media pages. There's a link where you can sign up to join our mailing list, where we send out our newsletter and then other email blasts. So that's a great resource there. Again, making sure to maybe you might want to bookmark our website on our calendar page, because we are constantly adding new events there, and then our monthly newsletter, as stated before. Also, want to add how Gabrielle was talking about when you see something, say something. That's the same way when you have success in your business. So, for example, if you all come out of this call and begin a partnership, and maybe you do something amazing in the community together, you can send that information to me and we'll add it in our newsletter. We always look for success stories to celebrate our WBEs. That's a big part of who we are. That's just as important as making sure you all get the contracts, that we celebrate your wins as well. If you get a certification, if your business, you celebrate 5 years of business, all of that deserves to be celebrated. So please send that over to me.
May I ask a question? What if we're
Yes.
featured by other businesses? Like I was featured by the the Hamilton County Small Business Development Center for my
Okay.
business. Is that the type of thing, or that you would like to celebrate those types of wins, or is it something different? Like I'm doing a
Yes.
thing at the Summit Hotel tomorrow, you know, keynoting there for 300 people. And it's touching into my book and going into the show. Is that the type of information?
Both of those are success stories. So if you're
Okay.
highlighted by different organizations or news outlets, you're in an article, you're speaking, you hosted an event, all of that is a success story. So yes,
Okay. Thank you.
absolutely. And then just different ways to get involved. Certification is like a gold pass. I've heard several of our WBEs describe it that way. They're like, it's a golden ticket. It doesn't guarantee that you'll get contracts with our corporates, but it does give you a leg up in the process, and it gives you access to so many things, so many different programs, and so many amazing people within the network. So just using that gold pass correctly and using it to your benefit is going to be the key to open up things for you. So like I was saying earlier, it can be overwhelming, a lot of information coming at you, lots of events and programs. But as we were mentioning earlier, just take a step back, evaluate where you are, evaluate where your business is. Maybe just start by joining some of our virtual events that are open to everybody. They're not niche or industry specific. That could be a great way to learn more about the programs we put on, connect with the other people in the chat, maybe start conversations afterwards with people that have spoken or the facilitators. Then maybe you might want to get involved as a volunteer. We are always looking for volunteers to help us with our in-person events, and also we have subcommittees to help with our larger virtual events. So that could be an opportunity to help out as well. And then you can look at different committees that we have. Maybe connect with somebody if you're interested in marketing or communications. That's my committee. I'm a little biased there. But if you're interested with that, maybe you meet somebody within the RPO who is on that committee, or connect with me, ask more questions, and can get involved that way. So there's a lot of different ways to get involved. It's all about being honest and seeing where you're at and where you want to go, and then going from there. Okay. And then we also have the Women's Enterprise Forum, which is a wonderful resource. And our forum is a select group of WeBank certified WBEs that are nominated by the regional partner organization, and they're appointed by WeBank. Forum members serve on business focused teams where they share their expertise and knowledge with each other. Forum members they're recognized as the voice of the WBEs in the WeBank network. And Gabrielle, as I was saying, she is a forum representative, and she represents WeBank ORV on the forum. So she can speak to that if you have anything you wanted to add.
So the forum is a way for us to really cascade information back to our region, and also make sure the inverse of that happens, that the information from our region, whether it be challenges or wins, is communicated back to forum nationally. So the town hall will have an address from our forum leader who will talk about some of the items that we're working on. The forum events, they changed this year. So all the forum programming is open to all WeBank members. And so you'll definitely see notifications about that, either from a regional level or the national schedule, which is on webank.org's main website. You can go to their calendar and you can sign up for different events that they have. WeBank Forum puts on some really great programming in different areas of interest, depending on where you want to upskill yourself or your staff on. So I would strongly encourage you to take a peek at that. And if it's something that you'd be interested in, definitely speak with me or another forum member. You do need a little bit of time within the network and organization to really understand everything that's available and how forum works. But I would strongly encourage, anyone who wanted to get more involved to attend forum events and learn more about the forum.
Awesome. And then these are more opportunities just to be engaged on the national and regional level. We have our WBE Star, which each Wow, I'm getting super tongue-tied now. Each RPO has a star every year. So this year, our star is Barb Smith. She is the president of Journey Steel Inc., based here in Cincinnati. A previous star was Gabrielle. We've had amazing women represent our RPO. They get recognized at the national conference, and they're really kind of act like an ambassador, another ambassador for our organization for the year. And it's just another way for them to be celebrated for their exceptional work as being a business owner as well as their work in the community. We have America's Top Corporations, which is awarded to our corporate members for their success in including women-owned businesses within their corporation. And then we have Legacy of Leaders, which is a group of corporate members and WBEs, and they serve as an advisory capacity to WeBank. And more on the engagement level, we have a Trailblazer Award winner, which we award at Catch the Wave every year. So this past year, we had Dr. Lisa Hinkleman. She is of Rocks, which is a nonprofit in the Columbus area. The year before that, we had Miss Alice Houston, who is based in Louisville, Kentucky. Both women doing amazing things in their respective communities and careers. So it's just think of that as a lifetime achievement award. That's the best way to describe it. It's our version of a lifetime achievement award, and they are honored at our Trailblazer dinner at Catch the Wave. As we mentioned earlier, the WeBank Forum, and then we have our WeBank Star. And then we can see it's small, but you can see Gabrielle right there when she was a star. And also our different committees. So we have a certification committee, marketing and communications, corporate engagement, events and programming. And we used to have a steering committee, but now that has transitioned to our board of directors. So lots of opportunities to get involved, have your voices heard, and really help WeBank ORV continue to grow and evolve. So that is the end of our presentation. If you all have any more questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat or come off mute, and we'll be happy to address them.
I am just looking forward to Catch the Wave. I tried to come, wasn't even a member because I heard so much about it. So I am definitely going to look for the opening applications for that. And another thing, I'm glad that we are so close. We're not far away, just a drive up the road or down the road, whichever direction. And just, I'm looking forward to talking. Is it Dilette?
Dwight. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I'm looking forward to collaborating with you, talking with you about different things because I do childcare, setting a foundation, and things happen in our industry as well with children. So I am so happy to be a part of this. A lot of information to take in and wheels turning in my head. Like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. But that time will come, a little bit, just getting to where I'm just knowing what WeBanks is, what my certification represent, and things of that nature. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. I'm happy to hear that. This is great. Any
Beautiful.
other questions for myself or for Gabrielle?
Will you be able to share the deck out with us?
Yes. So this session is recorded, and we do send out our recording to everyone. So you will get that.
Oh, I
But what
was
about the
taking pictures.
PowerPoint? Okay, but the PowerPoint piece, just so that I could kind of quickly go to the slides. Do you plan to share those?
Unfortunately, I'm not able to send the PowerPoint, but if there is any particular slides or information that you need some clarification on, I can send you information on that.
Okay.
If that's helpful, yes.
That's helpful. And I think you were
Okay.
probably likely available by email too, right? So I could always email. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm going to put my my information in the chat. You are welcome to email me anytime with any questions that you have.
Yeah, and Joyla, I think one of the things we covered before you were able to join us was the different regions. So that might be a good thing. I don't know if there's a recording or on the WeBank national website, webank.org, you can find a locator for all the different RPOs or regional partner organizations. So if you do business nationally or want to get involved in another region, you can click that link and sign up for their newsletter as well. Just like our newsletter comes out, you can sign up for those. And that's a really great tool as well if you are looking for exposure in another region.
That would be hugely helpful for me, considering I'm about to battle with Hollywood a little bit.
Okay.
But getting
Right
the
there,
clinic out the right way. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're getting it out the right way. So thank you for that. That was an awesome suggestion. Thank you.
Great. I'm so glad. You know, we had two, but it's been great. You guys have been have great energy, great businesses, and I'm happy that we were able to meet you both today. So thank you for taking time out of your day to learn more about your certifications and meet me, meet Gabrielle. This has been wonderful.
Thank you. And
Looking
selfishly, I'm
forward to
glad that
seeing
it was a
you.
small group.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes. All right,
Sometimes
ladies,
small is
y'all
better.
enjoy the rest of y'all day.
Thank
And I
you.
look forward to talking to you and seeing you in the future. Bye-bye.
Absolutely.
Look forward to it as well. Thank you so much, Shelly and
Okay.
Dwight, and thank you, Gabrielle, for being here as well.
Thanks to everyone.
I
Have a wonderful day.
All right. You